Hello, my name is GameDonk, and today I'm going to be going over some of the new armor sets here on the PTS for the 1 Tamriel update for ESO. So I want to be going over these sets here, these containers, and I don't know how long it's going to take. I think it's going to be a bit messy, so I might skip through some of the parts here and get straight to the content, guys. I want to say thank you again for all the support you're showing. It's amazing. The channel is growing. It's alive. I can't believe it. It has been such a long time since I've seen it grow, and it's just amazing, guys. It really is. So let's jump right into it here. Alright, guys. First off is the dungeon sets here, and I'm just going to be taking all the dungeon sets out. We're going to have a look at all of them. There is a lot. Look at that. I might need to buy backpack upgrades. So let's go into the first one here, Bark Skin. I haven't seen, I've seen some of these, but not a lot of them. So we're just going to through here what it is, read through here what it is, and see what amazing things these sets can provide us here. So reduces the duration of immobilizations and snares applied to you by 50%. Already something that I would not use when an immobilization or snare is applied to heal and restore stamina every 5 seconds. In PvP this is not going to be as useful as it would be if in PvE, I guess. Since the healing is reduced, you're only going to get the stamina, which can be good at times. Definitely interesting though that you're going to have a stamina return when you get hit by a snare. There's a lot of snares in PvP at the moment, so this might come in handy in some situations. Yeah, let's go with the treasure hunter here. I'm just going to be looking at the pieces here. 2-piece Magicka spell crit already looks good, and we get the major Procede. This is for spell crit. Isn't this the same buff that Mage Light gives? It gives a buff. Let me just have a look. Yeah, it gives the same buff Mage Light here gives. I already like Mage Light a lot. If we take them off here, you can go with Inner Light, and it's gonna increase your max Magicka by it's going to be by 5% when it's fully upgraded. I don't know if I want to give Mage Light up for having more crit, but I suppose you could do that in some situations. Let me just find it here. It's the treasure hunter, right? Where did it go? This is why I need to clean up after this. So there it is. I don't know. It might be good in some situations, PvE wise, when you need some crit and you don't want to slot Mage Light. I don't really see much of a purpose in PvP. I do like the extra spell damage it gives, but there's just too many people running Impenetrable at the moment for critical to be the right way to go. So that's my view on that. Then we have the Armor of the Truth. I've already seen this on the live server. It's already there. They changed it a bit, so now that when you set an enemy off balance, you do increased weapon damage. I like this a lot. I really do. And it's for 10 seconds. You can throw a Jailbreaker and just go jabs on the enemy, like, just really. It would be amazing to use for a Templar, maybe a Nightblade, if you could do like a stun like Soul Terror and just go nuts with something. I really like this. This is interesting, and it's heavy armor, so do keep that in mind. It could work for really tanky Templar builds. I'm gonna be testing this. I like this set here already. Bark Skin, we're already gone into the Bone of the Pirate's Tatters here. Let me have a look. The stamina recoveries, max stamina. It looks good. Give some max stats here. While you have a drink buff active, your max stamina is increased by 1,000 and almost 300 recovery as well. I don't know. This could be good for getting some resources if you're low on resources, for example. Just for general resource management, this could work. I think this could work on non-CP campaigns. I don't really know if I'm going to be running with it, but it's special. Who knows if there's more of these sets around. They're definitely interesting to look at. Draugr Hulk. Oh my god, splendid. Okay. Necropotence for stamina. You just don't need a pet, it seems. I mean, I know stamina's getting some sweets here. I haven't seen any Magicka sets for PvP yet. This is really tough. That's a lot of max stamina. I'm seeing stamina sorcerers with 50k max stamina now. Maybe even more. I'm gonna get this set on live. Wow. If they don't change it, that is. It's the PTS guys, so they can still change a lot of these things here. So we're just looking through the basics and the raw material before it actually comes out. I think it's here in October it releases. Yeah. Here we have the Jailbreaker, and it gives you stamina recovery, and then we get on the 5th piece the Major Expedition. Oh, Minor Expedition at all times. Why is this not Major Expedition? Why is it? I mean, I guess it's all times it's applied, but there's so many snares and stuns you can't really move much. I don't know. I mean, it gives I mean, if you were wearing a bow, for example, you could get the Major Expedition for roll dodging and sprinting. I don't know about this really. Let's get into the Nighthearts mail. Oh god, another heavy armor set. Health, max stamina, and weapon damage. And on the 5th piece we get weapon damage, so a one-hand and shield abilities, okay. And then we get... Wait, when you use a one-hand shield ability you heal for 1200. Healing. It's not gonna be that much when you're in PvP, but I just got an idea. The one-hand Master Sword, I think it also heals, doesn't it? Yeah, it gives like 2k heals when you use your stabby thing, what's it called, Ransack. This could make for a really interesting sword and shield setup. But it does look like it's made for tanking and PvE, but I might try this. This looks cool. I know the healing is not that great, but again, Ransack is cheap. So if you can get, I think the Master Sword and this set here together can give like 3k heals when you're using it. I want to go for that if I could. Definitely interesting. Again, there's some interesting combinations here. Lamia Song? Yeah, that was called. Max Magicka Recovery, and Max Magicka again looks interesting. And when you activate an ultimate, you heal you and your allies within 20 meters for 7,238 health. This could be interesting for a groups setup for like raids or larger ball groups, Zergs, I guess. But the heal again in PvP will be reduced, so it won't heal as much. But if you have enough people gathered, this could heal pretty good. I don't know if I'm going to be using it though, but I suppose larger groups could make use of these sets here. It's light armor, so matches with the set pieces. What is that? The Levithian. I can't pronounce that, sorry. This set here gives you max stamina, weapon crit, and 5th piece weapon crit. Crit. I know that people are wearing impenetrable, but there's a lot of crit going in here. I don't know if this would be viable for PvE, but for PvP, but PvE, trials and dungeons, this would definitely be something to go for. This combined with Tri-Sport Star, and you could do massive DPS, I think. These sets are really, they're simple in the way that they're giving you stats on the 5th piece, but they do look interesting. Lightspeaker. What do we have here? Max health, max magicka, and max spell damage. Adds 386 spell damage to your restoration staff abilities. That's a healer set. Not gonna be using that. Could see people using it even for PvP, I guess. The 2, 3, 4 looks decent, so I guess it could be used. It's light armor again, so probably for the healers, for the Templars there. I'm not gonna be running it though. That was the last of these set pieces, I think. Nope, we got some in here. Nerneth's Touch, or what is it called? Netch Touch. There we go. Got to pronounce it right. You got maximum health, maximum magicka, and more spell damage. It adds 386. I keep pronouncing it wrong. I know English is a second language, but I gotta get it right. Spell damage on your shock abilities, damage abilities. This is for sorcerers, no doubt. Really interesting. Could be useful. Really useful for sorcerers. As well, it's light armor. Magic Assaults. Over that says we got the Rattle Cage. Coming with the heavy armor, max health, spell damage, okay. Gain major sorcery at all times, increasing your spell damage by 20%, also getting almost 100 spell damage. I don't know, this might be good if you want an extra slot on your bar and you don't want to equip major sorcery like entropy or something. I guess this could spare you some time as well, that you don't need to buff up. If you get ambushed or let's say you get ganked, you always have your major sorcery up running. So that could probably be useful in some situations here. Oh my god, are you really making me pronouncing this? Spelunker. God. I need to work on this, guys. Got the max stamina recovery, and we're weapon damage again. 2, 3, 4 looks decent, and then we got the 386 weapon and spell damage to your undaunted abilities. When one of your allies uses one of your undaunted abilities, restoring 1,400 stamina. I don't really know another PvE set, I guess. People not using that many undaunted abilities in PvP, so. And I don't really know. Maybe for a I don't know, if you wanted to support your trial, I suppose you could use this for your trial group. Don't really see a use for it besides that. Then we've got a Spider Cultist call here. 2-piece max health, 3-piece max magicka, and 4-piece max spell damage. And then we get the 5-piece, which adds 386. It's always 386. God, they're making a lot of these sets here. 2 destruction staff abilities. Might be useful for destruction wielding players. I don't know, sorcerers is in my mind constantly when I hear destruction staffs. So, but besides that, I don't really know. PvE again. I'm just thinking PvE. So, let's get on to the next one here. Strength of the Automatron. It's beginning to lag a bit, but we're almost done with this, and I'll go to the next bundle of sets. 2, 3, 4 piece here, max stamina, max health, max stamina, max weapon damage, adds 386 weapon damage to your physical damage abilities. Whoa! Does this count as every physical damage source? Why is this? This is amazing. This is weird. This is different from the others. It applies to every physical, it seems. This would be good to run overall. It's medium armor as well. I could see use for this as well in PvP. And I think it's what, drama style? Oh, that's cool. Alright, yeah, I suppose. Then we got the Sword Dancer. Let's go and have a look. The Sword Dancer is 2-piece health, 3-piece max stamina, and 4-piece max weapon damage. Adds 386, it's the 86. We get a lot of these sets. To dual wield abilities, probably useful in some situation. I would choose the other one still, the Automatron, since it gives you the 386 weapon damage to all your physical damage abilities. Why do you need this with when it only applies to dual wield abilities? I would still be using the Automatron for that. Then we got the Tooth Row. God, the names of these sets here, they ran out of ideas, I guess. Max stamina, weapon crit already seems good. Then we got the Major Savagery at all times, increasing your weapon critical. All right, it looks like another PvE set. I'm not sure about the critical. As I said before, a lot of people are running Impenetrable. It's gonna get hard to do decent damage if people are wearing all Impen. If you encounter a player who doesn't wear Impen, sure, this is effective, but most people do know that Impenetrable is necessary in PvP. Got the Treasure Hunter, already went through this one, I think, and that was it for the sets here. I am gonna continue to the other sets, and I'll see you guys in a moment.